Hello. Happy Sunday to you all. Happy International Women's Day to all the amazing women out there, especially my home heroes in the Parents Academy, the females. Is still in our time. I mean, the International Women's Day. We are, we are still enjoying the season. Yeah, it's not easy to be a woman. Yeah, I'm super proud to be a woman. Okay, welcome to this week's edition of our Sunday Parenting Talks with your counselor and parenting coach, Ma Okoye. I am the founder, the Parents Academy, and the founder, Global Initiative for Proper Parenting. Now, talking about the Parents Academy. The Parents Academy, it's an academy, virtual academy for all parents. Once you are a parent, single parent, widower, once you are a parent, you are invited to that academy. We are in our cohort 1.0, which started in January and will be ending in June. The second cohort, which is cohort 2.0, will be commencing in the first day of July 2025. So if you want to be a home hero, it doesn't take much, just 30,000 naira for the 6 months. But you can pay in installments. You can start paying from now. Everything you need to know about that, I am here to provide all that information. But then you can go to the description, click on the link. We'll get back to you and we talk about everything about how to become a home hero. Okay, I am a professional guidance counselor and a seasoned parent coach. I am a member, River State chapter of the Counselors Association of Nigeria. So I'm a professional guidance counselor. Today, we are going to look at sleep and screen time management, how to establish healthy habits around rest and technology. Parenting in the digital era is a whole lot challenging because we are trying to look at and manage a whole lot of things. One of them, which is the biggest of them all, is screen management, both for us as parents and for our children. When we talk about modeling healthy screen management for us parents, if we start doing maybe survey on that, a lot of us parents will fall victim to that because we do not model healthy screen time management. Now, children learn more by watching because the children are learning from us, and we, the parents who are introducing most of the things to them, we don't have proper management when it comes to screen. We are always on the screen. We don't even have time to have physical conversation with our children. How do we expect them to do better than us? They're gonna do worse. So let's go into the business of the day. I wouldn't want to spend more than 30 minutes on this conversation, maximum 40 minutes. I don't think I will spend more than 40 minutes because this is brief parenting talk with your professional counselor. Okay, let us begin. Today we are talking about parenting in the digital age. We need to master sleep and screen time management. You can say I wrote master sleep. Very important. Okay, now parenting in the digital age, because the screen is the reason we are calling it digital age. So what is digital age? So digital age is all about hyper connected society. That's what the world is right now. The world is hyper connected. Kids are exposed to screen early. the TVs, tablets, smartphones, gaming. While we were growing, the screen that was occupying our time was only the television. But today we are looking at the tablets, the television, and even the television is not doing much. The tablet, the phones, the computers, the games, I mean, electronic digital games. So they are taking most of the screen time of our children, and it has become so much that we need to start enlightening parents about the dangers of this, because these children that are being groomed with screen, they have not grown, they've not gotten to adult age, they've not gotten to old age, and we don't know the effect of what we are doing now, the effect it will be in the old age. We don't know. A lot of children are now putting on eyeglasses just like me. So during our own time, we had time when TV starts. It was NTA then. It has a time it will start and the time it will end. Even on Saturdays and Sundays, it has time it starts. So we were not constantly on the screen. We were doing more of physical things, physical human relationship and all that. But now everything has gone to the screen. So that is why it's important as parents we begin to talk about these things, so that we pay attention to them and intentionally do certain things properly, so we don't damage some organs in our children. Now let's look at digital tools. I'm talking about everything about the digital age. I've mentioned that currently the world is hyper connected. Secondly, kids are exposed to screens online early. Then digital tools offer education, entertainment, and communication. Just as if you're on the screen now watching me, I'm offering education and communication. Entertainment is not part of it, but we have the content creators who are also entertaining us, all that on the screen. These are characteristics, the things we are seeing in the digital era. But then, too much screen time affects health, it affects sleep and development. Remember, this is a program for parents. It should be a gathering of the Parents Academy, the home heroes, but we are keeping it open for every other parent to follow us, watch, see what we are doing, and learn from us. Then, if you wish to become a home hero, you can join us. Remember, the topic is sleep and screen time management. Establish healthy habits around rest and technology. Now, why sleep matters for kids? Why do sleep matter for kids? Why is it so important that we allow these children to sleep? The first is sleep is essential for growth. Yeah, sleep is very, very essential for growth. And it helps these children in developing a whole lot of skills like learning and emotional health. It helps them in that aspect. Poor sleep leads to irritability, it leads to attention loss, and leads to um, weakened immunity. So when your child is not getting enough sleep, the child could have weak immunity, that's weak immune system. You know what that means. When you have weak immune system, you know what it means. It leads to loss of attention. Any child who is not getting adequate sleep gets to lose attention. So that's why sleep is very, very important when it comes to children. Now, there is recommended sleep duration by age. So for each age, there is a particular time, hours that child is supposed to sleep. So the recommended hours for sleep for children who are 3 to 5 years, they should have 10 to 13 hours of sleep in 24 hours. For children 6 to 12 years, they should have 9 to 12 hours in 24 hours. That means half of the day should be used to sleep. So which means you need to include siesta. That is the sleep you have during in the afternoon when they come back from school. Now for teenagers, 8 to 10 hours in 24 hours. Now, the question you ask yourself, is my child having enough sleep? If you pay attention to this question, you find out that screen is denying your child from having this kind of rest, quality sleep, which is impairing the development of that child. This includes cognitive development. So most times we beat them. You are not doing the homework well, you are not learning well, you are lodo, you are not paying attention. The child is not having adequate sleep. And what are you doing about it? That's why sometimes I say, instead of just blaming these children, flogging them, why don't you pay attention to the root of a problem? As a counselor, we don't just see a child, condemn the child and say, go and throw that child away into the evil forest. No, a counselor, a trained counselor cannot do that. We always look at the root of the problem. Why is this child not paying attention in class? Why is this child not understanding? We now look at different things, including sleep, including screen time. Don't forget that today's topic, we are talking about sleep and screen time management. And it's very important we talk about it because of the era where we are right now. Even as you are watching me, you are using the screen. But we are not talking about adults, we are talking about children. But we'll include adults because as parents, we need to model the correct things for our children to see and emulate. Okay, so still on talking about sleep and screen. Now, what happens when kids get too much screen time? This is very important. What happens when the kids are having too much screen time? What happens? Number one, there are delays in sleep. Your child will lie down but will not sleep off immediately, thereby reducing the sleeping hours of that child. I hope you are paying attention. I hope you are with your writing materials. So the blue light from the screens, the all these blue lights, the screen has blue light, which makes it possible for us to see what we are doing. They suppress, there is a hormone called melatonin in the body. So these blue lights suppress that hormone. Then it gives reduced focus. When your child spends so much time on the screen, the child's focus is reduced, and it reduces attention span. If you watch today, a lot of people have low attention span. If you try to talk for a long time, they'll tune off and go because of constantly being on the screen. That's what it's happening to us, even as adults, how much more children. Now, there's something I want to say at this point. Screen, your tablet, your phone, is not a babysitting tool. A lot of modern parents do that. Those of you who have toddlers, once the child do, you carry your phone, give the child. Once the child, you carry your phone, give your child, because you want the child to give you time to do this, to do that. Why don't you train that child not to disturb? Why don't you buy colorful toys? Colorful toys, give it to the child to play around with instead of your phone. Because exposing the child to screen at that early years, you see a child of 1 year always on the screen. So at that early years, when you keep exposing that child to the screen, you are damaging some things in that child. Remember, the child will have reduced attention span, and that is why you say they're not hearing, they don't understand, because the way you are grooming that child, it's damaging something in the child. Now we are looking at what happens when kids get too much screen time. It affects social and emotional aspects of that child, because one, the child is always interacting on the screen, so the physical human communication is lost. A child should be groomed to interact with human beings, interact with physical things and not virtual things. So when you are constantly leaving your child on the screen, that child will have reduced social skill, will have social reduced emotional skill, because the child is not interacting with the family. That's why siblings don't even know that they're not supposed to sleep with their fellow sibling. Have carnal knowledge of their sibling. Cousins don't even know that it's a taboo to have carnal knowledge of your cousin, because the family unit is disrupted because of the screen. I remain Mma Okoye, the guidance counselor and parenting coach, seasoned parenting coach, professional guidance counselor. I am talking about sleep and screen time management and how we can establish healthy habits around rest and technology. If you are just joining in, you are 15 minutes late, but then you can catch up with the replay after this lecture. Let me continue. Do I have the home heroes here? If you are a home hero and you are here, please put up something on the comment section. I need to know you are here. And are you wondering who are the home heroes? Yeah, I am the founder, the Parents Academy, and every parent in that academy is called the home hero. To be a home hero is very simple. They've started already. We started with our cohort 1.0 from January to June, and we have opened our admission doors for, oh, Chisom is here. Chisom is a home hero. She's here. Welcome, Chisom. So the Parents Academy, if you want to join, there is a description in the comment. Not in the comment, go to the description. The link is in the description. So go there, click on the link, put up your interest, and we will contact you. It's not expensive, 30,000 naira for 6 months, and we will be onboarding the home heroes of cohort 2.0 on the first day of July. Don't miss out, because it's a platform that will help you in your parenting journey. You need a supportive platform that will help you in your parenting. There are benefits to becoming a home hero. You have unrestricted access to the coach. You also have free psychological testing too for you as a parent. You will be encouraged to journal, to, oh, Chi Ifeme is here, proudly a home hero. Welcome, welcome, my home heroes. So part of the benefits of being a home hero, you will be encouraged to set weekly goals. As home heroes, we set weekly goals. As I'm talking to you now, I've set goals of what I want to do in this week, beginning from today, and I will ensure I meet up with the target before the end of the week. We journal our progress, and that is making us to grow every week. By the time we are growing every week, imagine what will happen in 1 month. We grow within ourselves. I mean, personal development and that of our children. Our children grow all around, physically, spiritually, and all around. This month we are talking about health in the academy. We are looking at all aspects of health. Last week we talked about mental health, so that's it. Okay, let me continue with the lecture. So I'm talking about what happens when kids get too much screen time. I've mentioned delays in sleep, which suppresses a hormone called melatonin. I have talked about reduced focus, reduced attention, and I said it affects brain development. So when you are constantly putting your child on a screen, the brain development is reduced. Remember, brain development occurs at a certain age in life, not all through lifetime. So within that time the brain is developing, you are reducing the speed with your screen. And once the child crosses that particular age, your child cannot develop, that brain development will stop. So you are impeding your child's development. Now, the next is social and emotional effects. Less family interaction, increased anxiety. Most children who are always on the screen come up to develop increased anxiety. Then we have the physical health risk, obesity, eye strain, posture problem, because every time the child is like this looking at the screen, so there'll be posture problem. Remember, this is a growing, developing child. So, and you are putting up things that are obstructing the proper development of that child. So screen is one of the things you need to manage if you want to be an intentional parent, so you don't end up damaging your child. Like I said earlier, tablet is not a babysitting tool. If your child cries too much, don't use tablet, don't use phone. Just know that that child has problem with regulating emotions, or the child is trying to communicate something to you. The child needs help, the child needs attention. So instead of suppressing all that with your phone, with your tablet, why don't you find out what the child needs, provide it for the child, and then put up so many toys. Most of these toys are cheap, they're not so expensive. There are very cheap ones, colorful ones. Put it up, let the child play with physical toy. That helps in brain development. It helps in human relationship. It helps in developing social skill. It helps in developing emotional skill instead of the screen, please. Now, why setting limits is important, why it is very important to set limits when it comes to screen. It helps to create healthy routines and self-discipline. When you always give your child the screen, your child will not have any routine, and your child will not have self-discipline. Your child can come out anywhere, disgrace you and cry and all that, because you have trained that brain to always be with the screen. Now, why it's also important to set limits, it prevents screen from replacing sleep, because most times the screen is replacing sleep. And most of our teenagers, the adolescents, because we did not regulate these things on time, they are sleeping in their room and you are in your own room. They may wake up and be awake till 2 a.m., 3 a.m., playing game on the screen. So you can see that the screen is beginning to replace the sleep. And remember what I said about sleep, the number of hours each stage of a child, the number of hours they need, the number of sleeping hours they need. And this screen time, when it's replacing sleep, it's also replacing family time. The time you need to stay together, look at them eyeball to eyeball and talk about certain things. You won't do that because the screen has taken over. Now, the screen also encourage, when you don't set limits, you'll be discouraging creative play. But when you set limits, you are encouraging creative play. Imagine when you give your child maybe puzzle, building blocks. The child is figuring out how to put all the green together, put all the red together, put all the yellow together. The child is developing creative skills. So the child will be having what we call creative play. And also, it will help the child in reading, because most times when they're addicted to the screen, reading becomes a problem because they always want to do fast and go back to the screen. So when you remove that screen, you will be encouraging reading, and also other outdoor activities. Encourage other outdoor activities, not just the screen. If you are seeing this face for the first time, that means you've not been to this channel before. Please hit the subscription button so that whenever we have any video or live webinar like this, you'll be able to get notification about that. So click the subscription button. Yeah, that will be a source of motivation. And like this, the more likes you give this video, the more YouTube will recommend it for other parents. At least if you cannot share, at least like, so that YouTube will recommend it for other parents. And then you can be generous enough to share to other parents. Let them learn what you are learning, because these children, all of us, all of them will mix up with our own children in the same society. So parenting is not a one-man business. It's a collective effort to make the society better. Let me continue. Now, why it's also good to set limits, why it's important, is that it teaches kids responsible technology use because of the future. Because even as adults, some people don't even know responsible technology use. So we need to teach them how to use the screen responsibly. It's not that you are taking it off completely. You are not taking it off completely, but then you can regulate it. Have specific time when this screen can be on and when they will not be on. Now, what parents can do. Remember, it's Sunday Parenting Talk with Coach Mma Okoye, a professional guidance counselor and a seasoned parenting coach. Okay, today we're talking about sleep and screen time management, establish healthy habits around rest and technology. Now, I said what parents can do. What can parents do? You need to set screen time. Let there be screen time. Not every time is for screen. Let there be a time for that. So you set it, let the children know about it. Then you need to create family tech rules. Let there be family tech rules. there are rules about technology in your house. Talking about family tech rule, for those of you who have adolescents and you've given them screen, do you have any way of monitoring what happens in those phones you gave them? Have you taught them about online safety? Have you trained them on digital safety? Have you done all that, or you just got a phone and gave them because they have been disturbing that they need to have their own phone? These are some of the things intentional parents do before giving their children that phone to handle. Now, I was talking about what parents can do. I said set screen time. I also said create family rules, encourage alternative activities. Like there are so many board games, ncho, Monopoly. If you remember them, just drop it on the comment section. What other creative activities that we can use to replace screen? I've mentioned two. We have the what? We have the Ludo. Yeah, we have all of that. They help us to create, because one thing with parenting, you don't just remove something without replacing it. When you create a vacuum, the children will always want to fill that vacuum. So you can't say, I'm removing screen time, I'm removing screen time, and you leave them blank. So you can replace with storybooks, you can replace with puzzles, Monopoly, Ncho, what, Ludo. Just as you are removing the screen time, make sure you are replacing with something. Then you can use parental controls. I talked about what are you doing to monitor the apps, the phone you have given them. Then you need to be a role model. As a parent, you need to be a role model when you talk about screen management. Be a role model. I don't want to stress that because I've always talked about being a role model. Now, being on the screen affects the mental health of our children. For the adolescents or even the younger ones who are always on the internet, there is this pressure that comes with regularly being on the internet, especially if you are not properly groomed or trained for it. I talked about mental health last week. So if you've not watched that, go back, subscribe to this channel, go back, you will see that live video about mental health. There are lots of information about mental health. So we can actually help our children develop a healthy mental health. Now, why balance is the key. Now, you need to balance everything. In Igbo language, you always say bala bala feuka or bola. That means anything that is done in excess becomes like a mad person stuff. So you need to have control over everything. Let there be a balance. Technology is good, very good. It's a very good thing. It helps in a whole lot of things. But then it's not a babysitting tool. I've said it before. Technology is not a babysitting tool. Find out physical games that will help you in managing your child, not using technology. Why you need a balance is that healthy screen habit support better sleep. Remember, sleep is very important. And then the brain develops more while the child is sleeping. The brain develops more while the child is sleeping, and the brain keeps developing even at 21 years. So don't say because my child is 18 years, my child is 19 years, that child can leave sleep and always be on the phone or laptop or what. Your child is not working. They're not like us who are always working. Your child is not working. So why will your child be on the screen 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m.? I mean 12 midnight, your child is still on the screen. And it's not as if your child is using it to learn. Like those of them preparing jam now, there are so many apps that are using it to learn. But for a toddler that's always on the screen playing game, what are you doing? You'll be damaging some things in the child's brain. So like I said, healthy screen time helps to helps for a better sleep. And when there is a better sleep, the child will develop properly. That's why some people are saying children of today are behaving like sheep, goats, and all that. But then sometimes it could be because their sleep time is replaced with screen. And sometimes you complain, my baby don't sleep well at night. Now during the day, what do you do with your baby? Your baby is always on your phone. Then at night you expect that child to sleep. These are the things we do which affects the health of the child. So balance allows kids to grow up digitally smart and emotionally healthy. Without balance, your child will not be digitally smart. Your role as parent is to guide, educate, and set boundary for a brighter future. So you need to set the boundaries for a brighter future. Now, call to action. If you can do some of these things on your own, beautiful, fine. But if you need assistance, you need someone to guide you, maybe a professional to guide you, you can consider booking a one-on-one session now and learn how to set healthy screen time in your house. Learn how to create a screen-free zone in your house. Learn how to set up family rules, family digital rules when you book a session. These are things I will help you to do. Then you also learn how to handle resistance and challenge, because sometimes when you're trying to put up all these rules, your child will be putting up resistance, especially those of you who have trained them with screen time and now they're overcoming you. So how do you put up and overcome that resistance? For the parents in the academy, the home heroes, if you're having this challenge, drop the question in the academy. I will do justice to that, maybe with a voice note, or you can come privately to me. Remember, you have unrestricted access to me if you are a home hero, so you can come privately. I will help you to do that. So now the next thing you will learn when you book a one-on-one session is how to handle resistance and challenges, and how to maintain balance, long-term balance. You can write to us. The email address is there on how to write us. We are 30 minutes gone already. I told you maximum 40 minutes. I don't think I'll spend up to 40 minutes today. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming around. Thank you for sticking here. Thank you for subscribing. If you've not subscribed, better subscribe now. Otherwise, I'll come and ask you for my thank you. So if I've thanked you already, and you have not subscribed, just hit the subscription button right now, and now you receive my thank you. You see the beautiful flower I made just for you. So hit the subscription button now. Click on the like and share if you got value on this. If you have questions, drop your questions. I will be waiting for your question. Remember, the topic today is sleep and screen time management, establishing healthy habits around rest and technology. And I told you the importance of sleep. One of them is brain development. Would you want to have a child who has poor brain development? Is that what you want for your child? So because you don't want that, that is why I am bringing this enlightenment to you. Maybe you've been doing that out of ignorance. Now you know. Enlighten other parents and share this video. Let other parents learn from you. Remember, our parenting journal is still on sale. You can place your order, just 2,000 naira, 12 months parenting journal. That will help you journal your progress along the line, because even the screen time management you are doing, you need to journal your progress. If you're having challenges in them, the home heroes know we journal every Saturday. If you're having challenges, write the challenges, write out the goals you have set on how to manage screen time in your house. So there should be family digital rules. If you've not set that before, set that now. If you're having challenges on setting that, you may consider booking a one-on-one session with me, and I will guide you in all that. So screen time is something we need to pay attention to. Your children are not working. They're not like me. Everything, all my office is on my laptop and phone. But your children are not working. So why would they always be on the screen? Screen has destroyed a lot of children. You don't know the things they see there. Some of them are lost because there is the game. Some of them, there is this game they play. They're playing with real life people. Some children are not in Nigeria, in some other countries, have committed suicide because of the challenge they saw on the screen. A lot is happening, and you need to raise up digitally smart children. How do you do that? Start regulating it now. Let there be number of hours they should be on the screen. Don't remove it completely. because they need to be digitally smart too. They need to be part of the digital technology. But then don't let the digital technology take away the human communication and interaction. I said get games, physical toys that they'll play with. All right, in the absence of every other question, I was just trying to um, take some time to see if there are questions that will come up. No question came up. I know my home heroes, they'll wait for me in the academy. That's where they'll go and drop their questions, but that's fine. If you are watching after the live webinar, you are watching after the live webinar, still drop your comments, drop your question, drop your thoughts. I will be glad to read for you. I'm waiting to read from you. I'll be so happy to read from you. So drop it there. I will do justice to your question, your comments, your thoughts, and all that. So thank you for coming around today. Thank you for always meeting up on this Sunday parenting talk with your coach and counselor. I remain your coach, professional counselor, and seasoned parenting coach, Mma Okoye. I'll see you next week. Please continue to be a very good parent and prepare these jewels very well for the world, because all of us are in the society and are going to mix up with our children. Thank you so much. Goodbye, and enjoy the rest of the evening for those of you in Nigeria. For others, enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.